Here we go with round 1. Our opponent is on the play, keeping his hand, and we are keeping as well. We have a nice mix of lands and spells. No need for the Dark Ritual yet, but some nice ways to control the board, and hopefully we can find some late game action. I think we might want to look for our steam vents here, and then we can get the plateau for all the fixing. Oh, I mean the fixing isn't really needed if we have the steam vents, but we want the planes anyway. So if we don't expect him to destroy all lands, we could also get the watery grave. But we have enough black source already, so I think getting the steam vents is a nice idea. This is the card that we don't want to draw because it deals damage if we want to have it untapped, so I don't see a reason to not do that. And he played an accelerator that has 2 toughness, so we can't use Mortar Pod, but if he ever uses the ability, then we can start to pod. And we drew the plateau naturally, which means that Marsh Flats can still get something like Watery Grave or just a swamp, basically. So going to try to remand whatever he does. Hopefully he uses up his druid counter. That would be the best case. So this pumps his creatures, and he gets a worm creature token. Okay, so this is a card we could copy with the Metamorph, but it's not something we really want to copy. I think we just remount here. We also need to find some good cards. Oh, Thoughtseize is nice. Going to immediately Thoughtseize here. Pernicious Deed, Black Knight, and the Leech. So the Leech was actually the best card in his hand, easily. We don't care about Pernicious Deed, and Black Knight is okay, but not a big deal. We still have Mortar Pot and the Metamorph, so let's take this, and I'm going to keep the Plateau in hand, just in case. I can drop the Mortar Pot. Now, the question becomes, what do we take with Mystical Tutor? Our best plan is basically always to get Upheaval and try to win with it, of course. So I think I'm going to try to delay this game as long as possible, find at least one card we can drop after Upheaval, and then with the help of Dark Ritual, we should be getting there, hopefully. This is also great. He has the Deed, and he has 6 mana, so it's possible that he just immediately uses it, but I think I'm very fine with that, because it would use up all his resources. And if he doesn't, we basically win. If he can't handle Olivia. He has the Acidic Slime. Hopefully he doesn't kill the Plateau. I played it, and it's our only white source, so that would be unfortunate. I think... Okay, he kills the Mortar Pot. That's actually quite good for us. But it's all... I mean, I can understand it. It's another source of damage. And... Well, I think we just shoot the Druid here, actually. It prevents him from getting 2 mana out of it. And we aren't really interested in dealing damage to him at this point. Especially because we know that he has only the Deed as a real card. So the Marsh Flats are going to get Watery Grave, and we still have quite a lot of cards here, so I think we just shoot the Druid. It could commit suicide, but that's fine. And he didn't care about it, so we can attack for 5 here. He can't kill Olivia with Pernicious Deed. The question is if we have any interest in racing or if we just stay back. I think we can race because we can use the Metamorph on Acidic Slime to blow up the Deed. And then we have a win condition that should kill his board and race at the same time. It's also possible that he tries to go up to 7 before killing Olivia. And if he doesn't play anything here, it's likely that he has a 7th land in hand. No, there we go. This is actually perfect. So we can pay the full price. And blow up Pernicious Steed. And then his main plan should be thwarted. I'm not really scared about showing him more of our cards. There probably isn't much he's going to do about us having a Grim Monolith. It would be nice to have some kind of card draw we could use in this spot, but we are very favored to win anyway, so I also don't see a reason to get anything out of our deck right now. It's unfortunate that Nicol Bolas isn't an instant or sorcery, so. If I don't trade there, I can make Olivia lethal together with Acidic Slime, but I wasn't risking anything by blocking, so. Let's check out what kind of instants and sorceries we have, just to be on the safe side. So we can get Ponder, Preordained Thoughtseize, Upheaval, and then we have Dark Ritual, although you'd rarely tutor for it. We can get the counter spells and the removal. So a nice mix of cards. And the combination of Remand and Thoughtseize really helped us there. Now we have to be a little more careful about our white source. And other than that, his deck didn't look too threatening, playing out a bunch of 2/2s. So I'm not going to give him more targets for his enchantment destruction. I think Masticore might be good enough to play, but the Taskmaster should be better. I'm kind of scared of him locking me out of the game, but we do have Mortar Pot and something like Meloku, and so there's quite a lot of ways to get out of the lock again. Even dropping this isn't the worst thing in the world. So let's try it like this. We are back for game 2. Our opponent is on the play and keeps, and I think we are keeping as well. I mean, we have Ponder and Preordain to find our lands. We have this card that won us the game, and a card to deal with his first threat. So even though it only has 1 land, I think we can find the lands we need to take over. There isn't that much he can do to punish us. Maybe something like turn 2 Devoted Druid, turn 3 Acidic Slime. That would be unfortunate. Even then we could still dismember. It's a GT. I don't think we can handle a GT, basically. But we'll figure something out. This is very nice, giving us 2 lands to play, and we can keep the marsh flats to shuffle with Ponder. I like both of these. I only wanted to have some lands, so they aren't blue, but that's fine. The marsh flats is going to be able to get Watery Grave if we want it. This has Island Walk, and you draw some cards, okay. So if he tries to equip, we can dismember. If he doesn't, that's also fine. We might want to have Memory Lapse, but I kind of like pondering here, even though we only need lands basically. So it's not the best time to ponder, basically. We could also just drop a Swamp and play this as a morph, but then we give him the potential to draw a lot of cards, so we don't want to do that. We also don't want him to connect with this, of course. Now the Reaver is something that it's really nice to ramp up to, and it would give us another island for the Lapse. I think we just keep this. Meloku kind of being the worst of them, but still a great card. So we gave him a card gave him something to Island Walk with. I'm hoping that he equips with the Jitte, but he probably sees that if he manages to hit us with the Selkie, it's already great for him. So there's really no reason to equip if he gives us credit for our play, basically, which he didn't. So don't know what to say about that. Now I'm just going to run this out. It's possible that he has a removal spell, but we have seen before that it has the potential to just take over the game, and we aren't out of gas anytime soon. Acidic Slime would still be a great card. Taking the banned lands and carrying Jitte. Pithing Needle on Olivia. Okay, so our insane card is now only a 3/3 flyer. But if that's all you do, then I don't know if it's going to help you that much. Going to drop the Lotus here. Just accelerates us so greatly. Plateau seems like good choice. We don't need the Watery Grave, I believe. Yeah, we need the red sources if this ever comes back. We can play this face down. We could also keep open Memory Lapse, I suppose. That's probably even better. I don't see him winning through Memory Lapse if we drop the Reaver next turn. But we could have also just gone for the Bane first and then see what he drops. Basically, the Memory Lapse is going to give us more information, and it means we can choose the perfect response. If we drop the Bane, it's possible that we have the right response in play, but it's also possible that it doesn't do anything. So, Spiritmonger. This is not really a big deal, but he has a Jitte, and if that's the best thing he can do, we can just Memory Lapse it and then drop something like this, which means that if he drops Spiritmonger, he's just dead. And I don't think that's a card we need right now. We just have 8 mana for the Reaver, so... Still a good card to have, especially with this. Oh, it only costs 7. Okay. We can keep open a black for the Dark Ritual. Could even use Dark Ritual to power out this as a morph. But I don't think we waste the Dark Ritual here. It will only save us one mana, so... If he doesn't concede for some reason, we still have the chance to play this, return this, and get Shelldog Isle, continuing the fun a little bit. And we can Thoughtseize him. Let's draw some cards first. Okay, this isn't the greatest now, but still okay. Mystical Tutor. We have played Preordain and Ponder. Could get a removals, but I think it's kind of tough to kill this guy though. Snuff Out should only kill black creatures, I believe. So Upheaval is always an option, of course. Now we Thoughtseize him just to be on the safe side. Take this. Play this. We haven't dropped the land yet, so we can decide if we want to return to Laria West, but I don't think this game is coming down to playing Shelldog Isle, so we can just get an island instead. And now there's still no reason to drop Bane of the Living. We can just put illusions in front of this and then kill him next turn if he doesn't draw anything. And if he does, we still have the option to Upheaval with Taskmaster in play. Okay. So he had also a collection of good cards, but not really a matchup he was well equipped to beat. So see you in round 2.